Well, thank you so much. Well, folks, we here at CBS are deeply saddened by the loss of our beloved colleague, friend, and broadcasting legend, Greg Gumbel.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome to CBS Sports.
A television staple for half a century, Greg Gumbel saw it all.
Not only the biggest story of these Winter Olympic Games, but the biggest story of any Winter Olympic Games.
After starting his career in his hometown of Chicago, he went on to work for ESPN and MSG before joining CBS Sports in the late 1980s.
Kenny, it's a brand new day. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to New Orleans. Welcome to Omaha, Nebraska, and to the championship game of the College World Series. I'm Greg Gumbel.
It was at CBS that Greg would become one of the most versatile announcers in television. Renowned for his smooth delivery and composed demeanor, he thrived as the host of the NFL Today.
Hello, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Along with Terry Bradshaw, we welcome you to the NFL Today.
As a play-by-play announcer,
Lowe is going to take his first free throw left-handed in honor of his friend, Hank Gavin.
And as an Olympic anchor.
Nancy and Tanya, Tanya and Nancy.
After a short stint at NBC, he was back at CBS.
All of us here at CBS are pleased to welcome the National Football League back to CBS Sports.
Greg joined forces with Phil Simms to form the lead NFL announce team and made history as the first black play-by-play announcer to broadcast a major championship sporting event.
We are glad you are with us on CBS, and Super Bowl 35 is underway.
3 years later, he was on the call again.
Hi, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel, along with Phil Simms from 41 yards. Looks good. The New England Patriots claimed their second Super Bowl championship in 3 years.
After returning to host the NFL Today,
I want to welcome you back to the seat that you once came from. Back in the 90s, you're back in the seat old school.
I appreciate that.
Greg would return to the booth to call NFL action for another 17 seasons.
Flacco stepping up and throwing deep down the far sideline. Caught into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacoby Jones.
For more than 25 years, he was your host for March Madness, guiding you from Selection Sunday all the way to the Final Four.
It's time for that moment that we've all been waiting for as we celebrate the culmination of another great tournament with those who have earned their one shining moment.
It's only fitting that Greg had countless shining moments of his own, a trailblazing announcer with a legendary career that will never be forgotten.
For all of us here at CBS, I'm Greg Gumbel. Thanks so very much for joining us, everyone. Good night.
You know, I got to know Greg when he came into my home in Pittsburgh. I was a young football coach, 37 years old, going to the Super Bowl. And he walked in a room, and he lit up every room he walked into. He made you feel special. There was something about that little grin he had about him that he could make you feel like you were something different, and he made you feel like you were better than you really were. While he'll be missed, his spirit will live with everyone he touched. Greg Gumbel was a special man.
Yeah, he was. A legendary career on camera, but it was who he was off camera will help define him for people who don't know him personally. Some years ago, he tracked down my number, and he would text me occasionally when I reached personal and professional milestones. My father is in my life. I have no shortage of men who are mentors and friends of mine like you two, but he immediately was placed on that list of father figures. And I was so happy when I got his text. I would run home like a child and tell my wife, Greg texted me and told me he was proud of me. And that meant the world to me. So for people who don't know him, other than him being on TV, who he was off of it was, it just meant the world to me.
Yeah, and I didn't know Greg as well as you guys personally, but felt like he was a part of my life because I was a massive sports fan from a young age. And no matter if it was baseball, College World Series, we saw that, March Madness, the announcement show at 6 p.m., he felt like he was a part of your life. And by all accounts, he was even better off air. He'll be missed by so many people.
There's no question that universally the remarks about Greg Gumbel have been spot on. One of the best talents of any generation. And excellence was his calling card on every platform he graced. Our colleague Seth Davis closed his tribute about Greg saying, quote, "May his memory be a blessing." Well, there is a maxim that states it definitively and aptly about Greg. The memory of the just is blessed.